England had not even lost to Costa Rica in their final group game before the inquest into their dismal World Cup failure in Brazil got underway 4 years ago. But a man on the inside back in 2014 witnessed firsthand how simple logistical decisions paved the way to England's demise long before the likes of Mario Balotelli and Luis Suarez sunk their teeth in on the pitch. Tony Strudwick is currently preparing to start work as part of Ryan Giggs' backroom staff with the Welsh national team, so he will not be privy to the white-hot pressure of the England World Cup bid this time around. On a sunny day at Fulham's training ground in the West London suburb of Motspur Park, where he is helping to launch Catapult Sports' new player device, Strudwick could not seem further removed from the eye of the storm which begins in Russia this week. Coach Stanislav Cherchev, star player. Fyodor Smolov, World Cup best. First round 1994, 2002, 2014, Soviet Union finished fourth in 1966, Russia qualified automatically as hosts and will be desperate to improve their poor recent record at major tournaments. They have not won a match since Euro 2012 and, since the breakup of the Soviet Union, have not progressed from the World Cup group stage. Coach Edgardo Bausa, star player. Mohamed Al-Salawi, World Cup best. Second round 1994. After qualifying for 4 consecutive tournaments between 1994 and 2006, Saudi Arabia missed out in 2010 and 2014 but are back after finishing ahead of Australia in their qualifying group. Coach Hector Cooper, star player. Mohamed Salah, World Cup best. First round 1934, 1990. Egypt will make only their 3rd appearance at a World Cup finals and their first since 1990 after booking their place in Russia with victory over Congo. Runners-up to Cameroon in this year's African Nations Cup. Coach Oscar Tabarez, star player. Luis Suarez, World Cup best. Winners 1930, 1950. Uruguay's last World Cup campaign was overshadowed by Suarez's bite on Giorgio Chiellini and expulsion from the tournament, but they qualified impressively for Russia and possess undoubted firepower. Coach Fernando Santos, star player. Cristiano Ronaldo, World Cup best. 3rd place 1966. Portugal enjoyed a real battle with Switzerland for automatic qualification but came out on top. Looking to continue their unbeaten run at tournaments after winning their first major title at Euro 2016. Coach Kulan Loptky, star player. Isco, World Cup best. Winners 2010. The previously all-conquering Spanish suffered the ignominy of group stage exits at the 2014 World Cup and 2016 European Championship. The squad has seen evolution rather than revolution. Coach Hervé Renard, star player. Mudi Benatia, World Cup best. Second round 1986. Well-travelled coach Renard will have relished beating his former employers Ivory Coast to top spot in a tough qualifying group. The North Africans are back at the finals for the first time since 1998. Coach Carlos Queiroz, star player. Sadar Azmoun, World Cup best. First round 1978, 1998, 2006, 2014. This will be Iran's 4th appearance from the last 6 World Cup finals, but their only victory came against the USA in 1998. won their final qualifying group ahead of South Korea. Coach: Didier Deschamps. Star player: Antoine Griezmann. World Cup best. Winners: 1998 knocked out in the quarter-finals in 2014. France have built a hugely impressive squad and will hope to make up for their near miss on home soil in Euro 2016, when they lost in the final to Portugal. Coach: NA. Star player: Aaron Moy. World Cup best. Second round 2006. Completing a quintet of qualifiers from the Asian groups, Australia conquered Honduras over 2 playoff legs. The pointless at Brazil 2014 and long-serving talisman Tim Cahill is on the wane. Coach: Ricardo Gareca. Star player: Jefferson Farfan. World Cup best. Quarter-finals 1970 will be appearing at their first World Cup since 1982 after they beat New Zealand 2-0 on aggregate in the playoffs. Coach: Age Howrider. Star player: Christian Eriksen. World Cup best. Quarter-finals 1998. After missing out in 2014, Eriksen propelled Denmark back to the World Cup finals with a hat-trick in their playoff victory over the Republic of Ireland. The Danes failed to get out of their group on their last appearance in 2010. Coach: Jorge Sampaoli. Star player: Lionel Messi. World Cup best. Winners: 1978, 1986. A nervy qualification campaign saw one of world football's great powers book their place at the last opportunity with victory over Ecuador, but the losing finalists in 2014 will be looking to go one better. Coach: Jaime Hallgrimsson. Star player: Gylfi Sigurðsson. World Cup best. Debut: the smallest nation by population ever to qualify for the World Cup finals, Iceland followed up their Euro 2016 heroics by topping a group featuring Croatia, Ukraine, and Turkey. Coach: Zlatko Dalic. Star player: Luka Modric. World Cup best. Third place 1998. Ivan Rakitic, Luka Modric and Ivan Perisic make for one of the best creative midfields in the tournament, but they have failed to make it out of their group on their last 3 appearances since reaching the semi-finals at France 98. Coach: Salisu Yusuf. Star player: Victor Moses. World Cup best. Second rounds 1994, 1998. 2014. A very impressive qualifying campaign booked Nigeria's place in Russia. The Super Eagles have only missed one of the last 7 tournaments, but 2014's victory over Bosnia-Herzegovina was their first since 1998. Coach: Type. Star player: Neymar. World Cup best. Winners: 1958, 1962, 1970, 1994, 2002. The 5-time champions were the first team other than hosts Russia to qualify for the tournament after a very impressive campaign. Brazil have not made a World Cup final since their last title in 2002. Coach: Vladimir Petkovic. Star player: Xherdan Shaqiri. World Cup best. Quarter-finals 1934, 1938, 1954 qualified for their 4th straight World Cup by beating Northern Ireland in a play-off via a controversial penalty. They have made it out of their group in 2 of the previous 3, and that will be the minimum aim this time around. Coach: Oscar Ramirez. Star player: Keylor Navas. World Cup best. Quarter-finals 2014 finished second in CONCACAF qualifying, with the highlight being a 4-0 victory over the United States. Will be hard pushed to match their 2014 performance, when they beat Italy, Uruguay and Greece before losing to Holland on penalties. Coach: Mladen Krstajic, caretaker, star player. Nemanja Matic World Cup best. First round 2010, Yugoslavia finished fourth in 1930 and 1962. Serbia and Montenegro reached the second round in 1998, qualifying for a first major tournament since the 2010 World Cup was not enough to save manager Slavoljub Muslin from the sack. Finished top of a group featuring the Republic of Ireland and Wales. Coach: Joachim Löw star player. Toni Kroos World Cup best. Winners 2014, West Germany were champions in 1954, 1974 and 1990, the reigning champions qualified in style, winning all 10 of their games, scoring 43 goals and conceding only 4. Their golden generation is aging but remains a force and has been enhanced by young blood. Coach: Juan Carlos Osorio star player. Javier Hernandez World Cup best. Quarterfinals 1970, 1986 Mexico are traditionally the strongest team in the CONCACAF region and again qualified comfortably. They have reached the second round at the last 6 tournaments without once going further. Coach: Janu Andersson star player. Andreas Gronqvist World Cup best. Runners-up 1958 They may be missing Zlatan Ibrahimovic but Sweden qualified for their first World Cup since 2006 with a playoff win over 4-time champions Italy. They also finished above Holland in a tough qualifying group which was headed by France. Coach: Shin Tae-yong star player. Son Heung-min World Cup best. 4th place 2002 South Korea qualified for their 9th consecutive World Cup finals despite an indifferent campaign. They have only won 2 matches since finishing 4th as co-hosts in 2002. Coach: Roberto Martinez star player. Kevin De Bruyne World Cup best. 4th place 1986 unbeaten in qualifying, Belgium's hugely talented squad will be hoping to build on their quarter-final appearance 4 years ago, having reached the same stage at Euro 2016. Coach: Hernan Dario Gomez star player. Gabriel Torres World Cup best. Debut Panama have been edging closer to reaching the World Cup finals for the first time in recent tournaments and crossed the line this time thanks to a last-gasp 2-1 victory over Costa Rica in their final qualifier. Coach: Nabil Maoul star player. Wahbi Kazi World Cup best. Group stage 1978, 1998, 2002, 2006 After appearing at 3 consecutive finals without winning a single group game, Tunisia missed the last 2 editions. Unbeaten in qualifying, they defeated Democratic Republic of the Congo to Russia by a point, with a last-round draw against Libya proving enough for a squad comprised largely of Tunisia-based players. Coach: Southgate star player. Harry Kane World Cup best. Winners 1966 A comfortable qualification campaign did nothing to boost optimism for England's chances in Russia. A first major tournament in charge for Southgate, with the Three Lions having failed to reach the quarter-finals at the last 2 World Cups. Coach: Adam Walker star player. Robert Lewandowski World Cup Best. 3rd place 1974, 1982 Poland are back at the World Cup finals for the first time since 2006 after comfortably topping their qualifying group. The last time they progressed beyond the group stages was 1986. Coach: Alucis. Star player: Sadio Mane. World Cup Best. Quarter-final 2002. The surprise package at the 2002 World Cup, they memorably beat hosts France. Senegal missed 3 editions of the tournament before securing their return by beating South Africa in a replayed group match. The original result was annulled after referee Joseph Lamptey was expelled by FIFA. Coach: Jose Pekerman. Star player: Radamel Falcao. World Cup Best. Quarter-finals 2014. Colombia's star has waned a little since their brilliant showing in 2014, when they reached the last 8 and were narrowly and controversially beaten by Brazil. Finished 4th in South American qualifying. Coach: Vahid Halilhodžić. Star player: Shinji Kagawa. World Cup Best. Second round 2002, 2010 will be appearing at their 6th consecutive World Cup finals after winning their qualification group. Did not win any of their 3 group games at the 2014 tournament. But as a man who has spent the last 2 decades analyzing how to get the best out of footballers, he could not quite believe some of the basic errors made by England in Rio de Janeiro, where he was part of Roy Hodgson's coaching staff. Now he is hoping that the 3 Lions learned from some crazy mistakes in time for their arrival at their Rapinoe base. England World Cup Squad Guide, full fixtures, Group 1s to watch. For instance, it was a big faux pas in Brazil that the drive from the training ground to the hotel was over an hour each way every day, Strudwick told The Independent. That was just crazy. That's 2 hours on a bus straight away. It was just an oversight, and it's the kind of thing that England must get right this time or it won't work. It's why Germany build their own training base, hotel and center. It makes sense. You then get control over these things which may not seem like big issues, but they make all the difference. England's hotel in Rio, the Royal Tulip, was in the district of São Conrado, and local traffic turned the 10-mile trip across the city to their training base at the Urca Naval Base into a daily slog. Strudwick worked with Hodgson and the 3 Lions in 2014. This time, Gareth Southgate has elected to set up shop in the small town of Rapinoe, which is around 20 miles north of St. Petersburg. Crucially, the Forest Mix Hotel is just a 2-minute drive to the media center and only 10 minutes on the coach to their Spartak Zelenogorsk training base, which is one short coastal road away from the pine forests that surround their country club base. However, although the camp ticks boxes on one hand, it has been suggested that the isolated nature of Rapinoe, which sits on the Gulf of Finland, could become an issue when it comes to player boredom. There are echoes of the 2010 World Cup in South Africa, when Fabio Capello's England squad was based at a purpose-built facility in Rustenburg. Jermaine Defoe has since revealed that he got so bored one night that he watched Wayne Rooney's entire wedding DVD. England tumbled out in the group stage 4 years ago. AFP. Boredom is always an issue, adds Strudwick. No matter how much you put into the players, you have to give them free time, downtime. You're holistically managing the total load, and that's the real challenge, particularly if you anticipate going deep into the competition. That means change of scenery and how you manage downtime. It is a crucial element that England must get right or things can unravel. You have a really diverse group because you're bringing together people who train differently in their club environment. As a head coach, you want to maximize your time to get the maximum response from them. It's a very big challenge. I think it's an art and a science, so you need to use as much science as you can to drive decisions. Age: 25 club, Borussia Mönchengladbach position, midfielder. Age: 26 club, Manchester City position, midfielder. Age: 31 club, Tottenham Hotspur position, defender. Age: 20 club, Manchester United position, forward. Age: 22 club, Chelsea position, midfielder. Age: 25 club, Manchester United position, midfielder. Age: 27 club, Rennes position, forward. Age: 26 club, Etoile du Sahel position, midfielder. Age: 36 club, Dinamo Bucharest position, goalkeeper. Age: 32 club, Seattle Sounders position, defender. World Cup 2010 was also infamous for the controversial Capello Index, where the Italian manager rated each player's contribution out of 100. Defoe, incidentally, got the highest average score across the 3 group games with 62.47. Alongside his new role with Wales, Strudwick is currently a smart coach for player, a new device which tracks individual player performance via GPS, so the 44-year-old is well placed to assess whether such analysis is worthwhile. Our writers make their World Cup 2018 predictions. He said, "Technology and data has changed the whole landscape of football at the elite end. But the real competitive advantage comes with what you do with it and how you make your decisions instead of just relying on numbers, data and stats. It's about how you marry the information with decisions making. That's the critical bit, and that's the art in it." At international level, with only a short space of time to prepare, it's a challenge. First things first, for an international team to do well at a tournament, they have to turn up with physical momentum. If a player, even your best player, breaks down in the few weeks leading up to a tournament, it's very difficult to get that physical momentum back in, and that's crucial. It's about the continuation of momentum from the season, and that's a real challenge. Follow the Independent Sport on Instagram here, for all of the best images, videos and stories from around the sporting world.